Rupert Matthews is the Police and Crime Commissioner for Leicestershire. Formerly, he served in the European Parliament as a member there. He's twice been elected as a Conservative, but today he comes across to us as our first Police and Crime Commissioner. Rupert.
Thank you. I joined the Conservative Party in 1984. That's over 40 years ago. I joined a Conservative Party that was putting Britain first, that put the British people first, and that championed freedom. The economic decline of the 1970s was overturned, the Falklands were liberated. But now our great country faces new challenges and new dangers. As Police and Crime Commissioner for Leicestershire and Rutland, I daily face the fight against crime. I see ordinary, hard-working people burgled, robbed and mugged. Shoplifting is getting out of control. Antisocial behaviour is turning too many of our town centres into an apocalyptic wasteland of lawless Britain. Now, I've got nothing but admiration for our police officers and PCSOs. They're doing a fantastic job, but they're fighting crime with one hand tied behind their back. The courts impose sentences that too often are derisory. And Labour's early release scheme means that crooks are back out after serving a fraction of their time in prison. And that's all because our prisons are full. They're full of foreign criminals who should be deported the day they are convicted, not kept here at the expense of British taxpayers. It's no wonder that criminals do not fear the justice system, no wonder that the law-abiding have almost given up on reporting crimes. And our wonderful police officers are let down even by their own senior commanders. The National Police Chiefs Council recently sponsored the abomination that is the Police Race Action Plan. That concluded that people should be treated differently depending on which ethnic group they came from. That is a disgrace and the very epitome of two-tier policing. We need to cut the dark heart of wokeness out of our criminal justice system and allow the police and courts to get back to what they're supposed to be doing, which is keeping our communities safe. But it's not just crime and policing where the old regime is betraying the British people. Immigration, free speech, net zero, the Mauritius deal, a government facing bankruptcy, all of this foisted on the British people without their consent by woke tyrants convinced that they know best for the rest of us. Governments of all parties have played their role in the decline of Britain. It's almost as if they've looked at countries like Lebanon and Libya, the policies that have led to them becoming failed states, and thought, that looks good, let's try that here in Britain. Now, Kemi Badenoch's recent shadow cabinet reshuffle was her chance to set the Conservative Party course for the future, to put together a dynamic team to make the changes that this country needs. Instead, she brought back a man who can't even commit to leaving the European Court of Human Rights. Her reshuffle reminded me of nothing so much as when Edward Heath turned his back on Selsdon Man, a cowardly capitulation to establishment orthodoxies that led Britain to disaster. But there is a choice. There's a better choice, and he sat right over there. Now, I was in the European Parliament with Nigel. I saw the daily abuse, sneering and contempt that was heaped on him by the great and the good. But Nigel didn't cave in. He had a vision of Britain free of the European Union, and against all the odds, he achieved that. Today, he has a clear vision of Britain free of the tired, old regime, and he has got the courage to deliver that vision. The self-serving, self-entitled liberal elite who have let our country down time after time after time are now on notice. Their day is almost done. Be they Conservative or Labour governments, everyone knows our politicians have failed us all. They have let this country down. They have let the British people down. Enough. Now it is time for reform. Thank you.